Coming out of turns 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom. William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. Off your seats. It's about to go green. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. And tonight we are at Kentucky Motor Speedway in the booth. With me here tonight, the one, the only, Daryl Young Jr. Daryl, how you feeling for this one tonight?
I feel great, Blake. And I'll just say, we came from Nashville Super Speedway last week, and I just went ahead and spent the whole week in Nashville. And I decided to fly into Kentucky this morning, and I actually had a layover in LAX to get to Kentucky, so I've had a long day. Whew.
Wow, so you went from Nashville to LAX with a layover and then to Kentucky.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, that's quite some trip though, but we got the Cabinet Works 200 here tonight, Daryl, and I got a little bit of information for the Cabinet Works 200 here. We will get it going. But how you feeling about these drivers' chances here at Kentucky Motor Speedway, Daryl?
Well, I think it's going to be a lot of fun for these guys. It's cool track temp. And I don't know if you noticed, Blake, do you know who's the fastest car in practice?
No, I must have missed that.
Christian Taylor was the fastest car in practice.
Yeah, well, he must be hot lapping, Daryl.
Maybe.
Well, you know what, though? We are here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. The Cabinet Works 200. Cabinet Works Group is the largest privately held manufacturer and distributor of kitchen and bath cabinetry in the United States. Headquartered in Livonia, Michigan, the company operates 19 manufacturing facilities and 25 total locations across the country. Key brands include Craft-Made, Marilat, Medallion, Quality Cabinets, Smart Cabinetry, and Yorktown. Boy, that's some good stuff there, Daryl. So if you're looking for a kitchen reno here anytime soon, be sure to reach out to Cabinet Works Group.
Yeah, I could use a kitchen remodel. I'll have to keep them in mind for sure.
Yeah, well, we got our drivers on the track right now. Qualifying is underway, and Marshall Harris is signed in, Daryl. You think he'll actually show up?
You know, I reached out to Marshall before the race. I wished him good luck, and he gave me a thumbs up. I think he is locked in to this race. He will start. I talked to him on pit road. Like I said, gave me a thumbs up, and he's ready to go.
Boy, I just can't wait. Here as we go to our side-by-side view while these guys qualify. I want to show off some of these amazing sponsors we have here with the Flim Dogs Racing League. You got San Antonio Karting Complex. And tonight's race, we actually got a logo here to add for you. Give me one moment here. But, Daryl, who do you think the favorite here tonight's going to be?
Oh, I don't know yet. I will make sure to give you my pick before the drop of the green flag. Give me a minute on that.
All right, well, right now we're watching Steve Tucker's on the track right now with Dennis Ansman on the pole for the time being. Let's see if he can hold on to this top spot here in Kentucky.
Looks like we just have a couple cars left to qualify, Blake. We do have Joseph Mealy, looks like he just finished up. Steve just finished up a lap. Steve Tucker on the pole.
Well, Steve's always got speed here, Daryl, and you know what? Part of me hopes he wins, and I'm sure you know why.
Why is that, Blake?
Because he always watches back the broadcast when he wins.
Yeah,
Daryl.
yeah. I should have known. Yep, you're right.
That is the only time Steve Tucker actually sits back and watches these broadcasts after the fact.
You're right about that.
Looks like we got things lined up, ready to roll, though. We're going to go trackside as Steve Tucker finishes up his qualifying laps. We got Jesse Becker out on the track rocking a new paint scheme as he smokes the wall, Daryl.
Yeah, he tried to hurry up and get a lap in, but he hit the wall and said screw it and decided to do some donuts.
Well, yeah, he didn't have time. But, folks, we appreciate you tuning in. It is time to get lined up and gridded here with the Cabinet Works 200 with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the chat who you're pulling for. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel. But we are ready to get going here tonight because, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. The world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, on the call here tonight in the booth with Daryl Young Jr. I'm Blake Hutchinson, and it is grid time. On the front row in the pole position in the #1 machine from Harpoon Design Racing, Steve Tucker on his outside, the #3, Dennis Hansman. Row #2 on the inside, going to be the #28 with Hutchinson Motorsports TV.com on the car, Chad White on his outside, Juicy Spider Studios own the 20, Chris Esser. Row #3 on the inside in the #40 machine, Keith Fallen on his outside, the 39, Joseph Mealy. Row #4 on the inside, the American Badass, the 13, Michael Landfair on his outside, the 88, Matthew Fleming. Kick the music down a bit here, folks, as we jump on back into row #5. It's going to be Noah Rainwater in the 05 on his outside, the 21, Tyler Smith. Row #6 on the inside, Hutchinson Motorsports TV on the car, Christian Taylor on his outside, the 51, Josh Larson. Row #7 on the inside in the #9 machine, Michael James on his outside, the 09, Derek 5. Row #8 on the inside in the #4 machine on the outside, Daryl Young Jr.'s pick to win it, the 32, Marshall Harris. Row #9 on the inside in the #2, Cody Keller on his outside, the 17, Christopher Reynolds. Row #10 on the inside, diehard Hutchinson Motorsports TV fan, the 16, Landon Bednarz on his outside, the 77, Jaden Woodward. Row 11 on the inside, Hutchinson Motorsports TV.com on the car. It's the 97, Jesse Becker on his outside, Chris Melton. Going into row #12 on the inside, the 8, Robert Hassong, the 36, Dylan Mudrante, and that rounds out your starting lineup. Daryl, we are about to drop the hammer and go green here tonight.
We are, Blake, and I'm going for Dennis Hansman tonight. He was 4th fastest in practice. He's sitting on the outside front row. He's my pick. Dennis
Come on,
Hansman.
Daryl. I mean, Marshall Harris is out there. How could you take Dennis Hansman?
Just go with it, Blake.
Well, the field is set. Pace car is in, rolling into the Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag in the air. Door-to-door battle for the lead. Dennis Hansman on the inside. Chris Essery on the outside. Got a cluster of cars going, Daryl, and these guys are duking it out right now. The 4 of Kerwin Marshall trying to take them 4 wide.
Yeah, that was quick. And the bottom lane did not get a good start. The outside is rocking right now.
135 laps around Kentucky Motor Speedway, but stage is only going to be 30 laps long. Daryl, what do you know about Kentucky Motor Speedways? We're 3 wide right now with Christian Taylor up top.
Yeah, it's a pretty fast track actually. It's not really a big track, but it's fast. Nice cool temps tonight, Blake. Track temp, like I said earlier, 84 degrees. It's gonna be fun. These cars are very gripped up right now.
Now, Dennis Hansman, your pick to win, looking pretty good here early on. You know, I'm gonna go with Joseph Mealy to be my pick. Right now, he's sitting in the 3rd position, but he's got a door-to-door battle for 2nd with Chris Essery. Don't count out Steve Tucker, though. We know that one machine is always in it for these race wins with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. We're on board with the Boston, Massachusetts native Steve Tucker in the 4th position.
Yeah, I've been listening to a little bit of early radio chatter, Blake, and Steve wasn't very happy about that start. He feels like Dennis Hansman got a jump on the start of this race, and I don't think anybody's going to take a look at it right now, but they might look at it. We're under yellow, Blake.
Dylan Morante off track, Daryl. Let's take a look at what happened with 36. Oh, no. Just lost it there. Thankfully, nobody gets collected, so caution is out. Solo spin. And, Daryl, you might see in the top left of your screen the new Hutchinson Motorsports TV.com replay.
Oh, that's great. I love that, Blake.
Some good stuff there. Well, first caution of the night, Dennis Ansman. You know, he had Steve Tucker crying after the first restart. You think he'll do it again, Daryl?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just to get under Steve's skin, I bet you he does.
I sure hope he does. But let's go up to the blimp here. Bubba Meyer's design up in the air. If you're looking for a paint scheme, folks, head on over to the Hutchinson Motorsports TV Discord. We can hook you up there. But Dennis Ansman looking good out of Warren, Ohio here. Just 5 laps into this race. Anything you've seen so far, Daryl, that has maybe surprised you or thrown you off?
Not this early. Not this early. We gotta wait and see. Speaking of, not to get sidetracked, but speaking of Bubba Myers, he is in the chat. Shout out to Bubba Myers in the chat, tuning in, and of course, Connor Gerard. Does that surprise you that he's here?
Not at all. And Daryl, believe it or not, you know, after almost a year of trying, we finally got Connor Gerard in the Hutchinson Motorsports TV Discord.
Oh, did you? Oh, wow. Yeah, good.
Yeah, he even hopped in the chat. We actually talked with him for a little bit last night.
Great.
Good
yeah,
stuff.
that's wonderful.
Big Dragon Ball Z fan, Daryl. So if you're looking for some Dragon Ball Z info, Connor can hook you up.
I will personally pass, but no, nothing wrong with Dragon Ball Z. It's just not my thing, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, Dennis Ansman, his thing seems to be Kentucky. He's throwing debris up on the track. Is this legal, Daryl?
I see that. He's just crapping all over everybody behind him. Yeah, I think it landed on Steve's windshield.
Oh.
Yeah.
Steve does not like this 3 machine of Dennis Ansman. You know, he changed up the paint scheme tonight, Daryl. He's going with the Good Wrench 3 car. Looking pretty good out there, and it might be helping the speed.
Yeah, looks like we got Steve_Tucker in the chat, Blake. Look at that.
Never heard of her.
Imagine that's the driver of the #1 car in P4, and he's basically saying he's already ticked off, and he'll just have to get over it.
Look at him in the car,
yeah,
Daryl. He's pouting inside the car.
He is. He's crying. Yeah.
Man, good thing he's got the tinted visor. We would literally see the tears falling down his face. Steve Tucker sitting in the 4th position. Man, oh man.
I wouldn't give him too much crap, or else even if he wins, he's not going to go back and rewatch it. So I'd be a little nicer to Steve.
All right, Steve, we're sorry, buddy, but let's drop back in the field a little bit here.
Oh, hold on. Wait. He's not going to win anyway. Don't worry about it. You give him all the crap.
Well, that's good. But Christian Taylor finds himself in the 13th position. Not a great start, but he's rocking a new paint scheme here tonight he's trying out, and let's see if he can work his way up through the field. Oh, man, look at this guy, Daryl.
Oh,
let's go.
Look at that.
Wait a minute.
Aurora, Colorado.
Daryl, we got connection. Hang on.
We got connection with the Juicy Spider drone? Is that what we have?
I think we do. There we go. Drunken Spider flying this thing around. Taking a look, you know, I think Marshall Harris told us a bit about this paint scheme. What exactly is this here, Daryl?
Wild Willie's, my understanding, it's a men's grooming website.
Grooming.
If you need a nice good shave, go to Wild Willie's.
Wait, is it men's grooming or like children?
Men's groom. It's men's grooming, Blake. Can we get a view? Can Drunken Spider give us a? Oh, never mind. Drunken Spider's gone.
No, Drunken Spider. He doesn't work very hard, so unfortunately, he's already turned that thing off.
Well, I was gonna make sure Marshall wasn't having a beer while he was driving. That's all.
Well, if he was, Daryl, I'm sure the can would be empty and on the track.
Well, true.
Drunken Spider, he had to kick back, relax, grab another ice-cold drink, and I'm sure he'll get some more drone flying here soon to come. But front row, it's going to be my pick to win, Joseph Mealy on the outside, and your pick to win, Dennis Ansman on the inside.
Yeah, that's true. Our picks are 1-2 right now.
We're going to see how this restart goes. You know, Steve Tucker didn't like the last start. Well, let's see if Dennis Ansman changes it up. But this time as a pace car is in. Field is set, rolling into the Juicy Spider restart zone here in Kentucky. Green flag in the air. Hansman shoots off with a great jump out front. He's going to cover up. Chris Essery going to jump into the second position here with Joseph Mealy on the outside here in Kentucky.
Oh, Dennis Hansman a little loose, got down to the apron. He's going to lose a lot of spots here.
Uh-oh, that is unfortunate. Dennis Hansman of Warren, Ohio, got to get that car back going, and he is dropping like a rock here, Daryl, all the way back to the 8th position. Might lose a couple more.
Yeah, he's going to be stuck on the bottom by himself. I think he's going to lose maybe 1 or 2 more positions before this settles out.
We're still clean and green for now, and here comes the 51, Josh Larson, who had an exciting finish last week, Daryl. Rumor has it there might have been a penalty or 2 handed out, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that is the rumor. I'm not quite sure either, but we'll have to get back with you. Well, we'll have to get back to the viewers on that one.
Yeah, we'll wait and see how this works out, but I'll tell you what, Josh Larson started back in the 12th position. Now he's running 11th, so he's heading towards the front.
He is heading towards the front. I see Christian Taylor right behind him. Michael James. Michael James was another car that he was second fastest in practice. Michael James. He's one to keep an eye out on too.
These guys racing hard for the 10th position. That's Kerwin Marshall on the inside and the 3 of Ansman on the outside. They doored each other about 4 times there that last lap. Let's see if they straighten it up or not.
Looks like Marshall Harris just made a pass on the inside up to P14, Blake.
Oh, goodness, Marshall Harris is in a rocket ship, Daryl. He started all the way back in 16th. Right now, he's running 14th. Oh, no!
Oh.
And Dennis Hansman just turned him! Oh, caution's out!
Oh, no!
I believe that was the 09 of Derek Fye gets involved. Let's take a look here, Daryl.
It was Derek Fye who got involved in that. Tried to avoid the 4. Oh, yeah. He definitely, the 4 car got some help there.
Yeah, you know, to me, it kind of, and yeah, we got a couple others involved, but yeah, it looks like the 4 kind of threw a slide job, and I don't think that was a great slide job here. There it is. Takes it up, gets bumped, 3 turns him, and here you have it. Derek Fye involved.
Yeah,
I believe Jesse Becker involved as well. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Dennis Hansman didn't even look like he tried to get off Kerwin Marshall. Just kept pushing him around.
Yep. Oof. HutchinsonMotorsportsTV.com machine might be junk here, Daryl. Jesse Becker with some serious front-end damage.
I think these guys have one fast repair, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. And
if that's the case, he should be okay.
Yeah, but Joseph Mealy, your race leader, after Ansman drops all the way back to the 11th position. Black flag flying for Dylan Morante. We're going to take a quick break, though, folks. Our first break of the evening. Be sure to click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We will be right back in just a moment. We are back here in Kentucky. Field is set. Daryl, your front row, it's going to be Joseph Mealy on the outside with Chris Essery on the inside.
Yeah, your pick to win it. Restarting P1 here. And yeah, it's been some good racing tonight, Blake. We're not going to see a lot of just single file. We've been seeing a lot of side by side, and it's been a lot of fun. It's only going to get better.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get maybe some green flag laps, and we know there's going to be a stage break in about 15 laps once we take the green, but we are here with the Cabinet Works 200. Be sure to check them out, Cabinet Works Group. But the pace car is in. Field is set front row. Essery on the inside. Mealy on the outside, rolling into the juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag in the air. Black flag for Joseph Mealy. Let's see if he gets a black clear, Daryl. I don't know.
He did get it clear. I'm not sure what that was all about.
And not sure if he jumped a little early, but nonetheless, it is cleared. We are good to go. And how about this? In second position, Keith Fallon. Or Fallon, I don't know. What do you think, Daryl?
Sorry, I apologize, Blake. I was listening to a little bit of radio chatter. Oh, under caution.
Man, Jesse Becker involved. Let's see what happened here. This has been a tough race for these guys here early on. Let's take a look. Oh, just loses it. Snaps straight into the fence. That HutchinsonMotorsportsTV.com car is not any good luck for that 97 tonight.
No, he's been struggling tonight. That's for sure.
Bubba Myers says it is Fallon. So I kind of thought so, but it's a different last name, so I was thinking it was Fallon. But Fallon makes sense. It definitely reads like that. So we have Mealy out front, Fallon in second, Essery in third, Tucker fourth, and then Smith rounds out your top five.
So there's a question on whether Joseph Mealy is going to get an EOL. I went back and actually looked at it already, Blake. I don't know if you're able to pull it up or not, but it looks like he did go before the restart zone. Not sure if he's going to get an EOL or not, but you could see him before he hits that line. He takes off.
Oh, absolutely. He just showed the replay to the fans at home, and he definitely went early, so I don't know what's going to happen for Joseph Mealy. Is he going to get an EOL, or is this something they're going to have to review maybe and handle next week? He's doing an EOL here, it looks like.
He is getting the EOL, yep.
Well, Daryl, looks like both our guys having some bad luck here early on.
Yeah, and I was just also talking about Michael James being second fastest in practice and qualifying P4. He's got a meatball, and it looks like he's done. DNF for that number 9, Michael James.
Well, it's been a rough start for these guys. 3 cautions early on here at Kentucky. Kentucky's not known for being one of those harder tracks to get around, but we're going to see if we can figure it out here. We are in stage number 1, caution number 3 here in lap 17.
You know who's one guy that hasn't caused a caution yet, who hasn't been involved in a wreck, who hasn't touched the wall, nothing? You want to pan to this guy real quick? He's the number 32 car. Marshall is just running he's running a nice, solid race so far. Doing really good. Like, running P12, just mind his own business, staying out of trouble. He's doing well.
It's like Drunken's back on the drone here, Daryl. You wanted him to check something out earlier. What you got?
Yeah. I want to see if he's got a beer in his hand. Let's take a look. No, he doesn't. Wow. I'm a little surprised. Look at it. He's locked in. Oh, look. He's got Michael Jordan on his driver's suit. Man. It is great.
Boy, putting in the work. Marshall Harris running 12th. You think he can actually get a top 10? I mean, the first question is, Daryl, is he going to be able to finish the race for once?
I think he will. I think he's going to, for sure.
I think he's going to win it.
Yeah, you think so? You want to put a little side wager?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you folks tuning in here. You're spending your Monday night right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. If you haven't heard, folks, head on over to HutchinsonMotorsportsTV.com. That's right, we are online. We've got our own website just launched, I believe, on Saturday, and the views are going through the roof. You know, Daryl, I think last I read, we had the most views on the entire internet.
The entire internet, you know, that's what I heard as well. And congratulations to you, all the hard work that you've put into this. The most views on the entire internet. It's wonderful.
I honestly don't know how we did it. I didn't really expect much, but man, it just kind of has taken off. So, folks, be sure to check that out. I mean, one of the best websites I've ever seen in my life. As Keith Fallen going to start on the front row in the pole position, Chris Essery on his outside, but don't count out this guy right here, Chad White in the Hutchinson Motorsports TV house car, running in the 5th position. Let's hop on board here with Chad White in the 5th position, starting in row number 3 here as the pace car is in. Field is set, rolling into the juicy Spider restart zone. These fans are on their feet, off their seats, green flag back in the air.
That's a nice, clean restart by Keith Fallon, so no issues there. Oh, wow, they are 3 wide for, what, 7th place maybe? Oof.
Yeah, looks like a pretty good battle back here. Let's take a look. Looks like Christian Taylor right in the middle of it on the high side. He's been up there all night long. Let's see if the 96 can get up to the front, currently in the 8th position. As we look at your HMS TV hard chargers, Daryl, right now, looking like Robert Hassong in the 13th position has started in the 23rd spot. Right now up 10 positions already. Oh, look out. Boy, your guy, Daryl, that is the 3 car of Antsman. Yet again, he is struggling, it looks like.
Yeah, he came down way too far on no rainwater. Got himself a little messed up there.
He's going to drop all the way to 21st right now. And we go to my pick to win. Joseph Mealy just got the EOL. We know he's one of the fastest cars out there, but can he get through the traffic?
I think he will. It'll take a little bit of time, but he will for sure. We're going to have a stage break here shortly. He'll be just fine.
Unfortunately, it is going to cost some stage points. You know, I mean, he goes from leading to getting no stage points, so not good news there, but he's still got a long way to go here. We have 8 laps left to go this time by Keith Fallen out of Tifton, Georgia, your race leader, and he's starting to pull away.
He is starting to pull away. This is very impressive. That clean air, you can see, it looks like Steve Tucker just got this P2 from Chris Essery.
Yeah, we're going to hop on board. Steve Tucker right now in the 2nd position out of Boston, Massachusetts, about 6 to 7 tenths of a second behind your race leader, trying to hold off Chris Essery in the 3rd position. Keith Fallen, still your race leader. We got Jack Fallen in the chat letting us know it is pronounced Fallen. So we'll try to remember that. I'm sure we'll mess it up another time or two, though. But nonetheless, we're still clean and green here. Going to be 6 laps left to go this next time by in stage 1.
It is Fallen, huh? Okay, I'll remember that.
Meanwhile, Josh Larson's in the top 10 here out of Springfield, Missouri, in that number 51 machine. He started in the 12th position up to 9th. Marshall Harris now to the top 10, Daryl. This guy is on the move.
He is, and it's a mess behind him. Look at Marshall's mirror. Like, there are 2 wide, 3 wide behind Marshall. He's like, nope, see you, boys. I'm heading to the front.
I'm faster than you later, losers, he says. So Marshall Harris out of Aurora, Colorado. Hopefully Savannah doesn't give him a call and tell him to get off the internet.
Marshall told me on pit road before the race that he was putting his phone on silent, so that way he doesn't get bothered this race. So he's locked in.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be shocked to see that 32 car just disappear and leave the session. But for now, Keith falling out front here. Looks like he's trying to take home stage number 1 in that number 40 machine. What do you think of this paint scheme here, Daryl?
Yeah, that's a interesting paint scheme. Bud, King of Beers. We got some, what else we got on here? Hollywood. something at Motorsports, maybe?
Yeah, we'll have to take a closer look
Hollywood
later on.
Performance. Okay,
Yeah, there
Hollywood
you go.
Performance. I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking pretty good here. But in the chat, we've got Dallas
Yeah.
Seward tuned in. He is pumped up. He is a Hutchinson Motorsports TV fan. If you want to do that, folks, click that join button underneath the video. You can join that for a very modest amount. But right now, Steve Tucker in the second position. We got some fans really impressed with that profile picture here.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve needs to update that picture. Him as Kermit the Frog. Hasn't been working out too well for him, has it?
Well, he did win last week.
Yeah, he did. That's because the rest of the field junked it. That's my opinion.
Speaking of junk, Jesse Becker running in the 23rd position. I tell you what, I mean, that's a good-looking paint scheme Jesse put together, but that thing is slow. It's not very quick, Daryl.
Jesse Becker's just saving his tires, waiting for the stage break, I'm sure.
I sure hope so, because, I mean, I think Jesse's normally pretty slow, but he's not this slow. But we just got 2 laps left to go here in stage number 1. Keith Fallen out front about 0.7 of a second. He's got this one in the bag. 1 lap left to go now.
He sure does. This is going to be important for him. Going to get a stage win here if he just hangs on, which it looks like he will. It looks like the top 4 is pretty much locked into their spot.
Down the backstretch for the final time here in stage number 1. Keith Fallen going through 3 and 4. Got the green and white checkered flags waving. Keith Fallen wins stage number 1 here in the Cabinet Works 200. Steve Tucker second. Chris Essery third, followed by Smith and White. Rounding out your top 5. And we got a wreck there, actually, Daryl, on that last lap. Christopher Reynolds involved. Let's take a look. There you have it.
Every single track seems to be short of lawn maintenance, you know?
Yeah, that's what it seems.
Yeah.
And we got a request in the chat here, Daryl. We better take a look. We want the Juicy Spider drone cam. We got it connected to take a look at Christian Taylor's brand new paint scheme here. Oh, look at that on the back. That's my favorite part, folks, right there. Grab your web browser. You can say you don't have Discord, you don't have a YouTube account. Well, if you're watching, you got an internet browser. So head on over to HutchinsonMotorsportsTV.com. Right there you can do everything. You can even get some information on our upcoming HMS TV Cup Series we're starting here in a month or so, Daryl.
Yeah, I actually went to the website the other day. It's nice and clean, and Blake, my name's not anywhere on that website, but that's okay.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I blame Jesse.
You blame Jesse? Okay. I'll blame Jesse too.
Yeah, but if you're looking for a paint scheme like this here, head on over to that man right there, Bubba Myers Custom Designs, folks. Paint start around $25. He can help hook you up here. Custom job done for Christian Taylor, big Trackhouse fan. And you may or may not notice it. This is kind of an homage to the Roto Wire paint scheme for SVG.
It does look good.
But they're all down pit road here. Looks like Keith Fallen, he has quite a gap here to second, so he should come out of pit road as your race leader. We'll take a look here. Slides into his pit stall. Doesn't overshoot it. Should be good to go as everybody gets some service. Going to be 4 fresh tires for him and basically the whole field here. And the race off pit road here. Let's see if that last pit stall helps out Steve Tucker. And oh, it does. Steve Tucker actually takes over the race lead.
Yes, he does.
Well, it was a faster stop for Tucker. A 14.6 seconds stop. Keith Fallen with a 15.4. I mean, he needs to fire his pit crew. Those guys suck, Daryl.
Yeah, they do.
Well, that is unfortunate. Keith Fallen, he falls in the standings from first. Looking like he's all the way back in 5th here. Not sure if that's right or not.
Looks like I'm listening to some comms, and Looks like I'm hearing something about him not knowing it was 55 miles an hour in pit road.
Keith falling, I think,
I
with a
don't
black
see a
flag. I didn't see a black flag either. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see a black flag. Maybe he went a little too slow. I don't know.
I mean, all I know is he did enter the pits with a significant gap to second. So if he did speed, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. But hey, you know what? Let's pull him in for a quick interview. Your stage one winner, Keith. Oh, go ahead. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say let's pull him in. Absolutely.
Yep. All right, let's get him in here. Keith, Blake, and Daryl up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, a great stage one. Looks like you bring home the stage one win, but I guess you got caught speeding there on pit road or something, huh?
Yeah, I kind of had a brain fart sitting there daydreaming going on the pit road thinking it was 55 and it's 45.
Oh, man, that happens to all of us. But, hey, the good news is you still got a long way to go. I mean, we still got 100 laps left, so plenty of time to get your way up towards the front.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm hoping for some long runs. That's where I probably feel like my car is the best, is on the long runs. So hopefully we can get some laps under us.
Yeah, hopefully so. Now, Daryl, what are you seeing out of this 40 machine as he's about to go green here shortly?
Yeah, Keith, there's plenty of race left. What's your strategy to get back up to the front?
Pass cars one by one.
That's it.
That's a pretty good strategy, Keith. Well, hey, we'll send you back up there and wish you the best of luck for the rest of this one.
All right, appreciate it and appreciate the broadcast.
Absolutely, anytime, buddy. Keith Fallon, your stage one winner, but Daryl, man, just some misfortune. It seems like everybody that's led some laps here tonight has had something bad happen.
It's the curse, and Steve's going to be the next one, right?
Yeah, hopefully so. Let's see if he jumps this start here as he rolls into the juicy Spider restart zone. Tucker on the inside, Essery on the outside. Green flag in the air. Tucker covers up there, heading towards turn one. We got some three wide battles as Joseph Mealy looks to the inside underneath the yellow line there briefly. Mealy up to the sixth position, Daryl, after getting the EOL/black flag, whatever you want to call it earlier. He has worked back up into the top 10, trying to sneak back into the top 5.
Yes, he's he's been doing really well. Like you said, almost back up to the top 5, P7 right now. And Blake, I do have some breaking news. Can I give this right now?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Daryl.
Marshall Harris is still sitting on pit road. He is being shown 3 laps down.
Oh, I'm shocked. His girlfriend must have gave him a call, Daryl.
Yep.
Shocker.
You're right.
You know, Daryl, I don't even get why this guy pays league entries. I don't know. I don't understand them. Nonetheless, though, Steve Tucker still your race leader. Marshall Harris doing the usual, leaving the race here. Let's hop on board. Steve Tucker with the Harpoon Design #1 machine. Kerwin Marshall blinking all over the place. Christian Taylor yelling at him, telling him he's blinking. Well, he's just going to have to deal with it, I guess, Daryl, because we're about to see a wreck.
Yeah, I heard that too. They're not very happy with him blinking, especially when they're in 2 wide, 3 wide situations like that.
Let's see if Taylor can get around him. He needs to try to clear him as quick as he can. You don't want to deal with a blinking guy. It just makes you overthink every single corner. Three wide battle. Morante sticking it in the middle here as Taylor's on the bottom. Kerwin up top. Jesse Becker, though, has picked up the pace here a bit. Daryl up to the 12th position. Let's see if that 97 machine can find a way up front.
Yeah, he's definitely on the move. And another guy that's on the move, he might be the, what's it called? The Hudson hard charger. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a hard charger.
I'm looking at Dylan Morante. He's up 15 spots since the start of this race.
Yeah, he is moving right now up to the 9th position. For all you math wizards at home, that means he started in the 24th spot.
Let me double check that real quick. 24 minus 15 does equal 9. Good job, Blake.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm basically a mathematician, Daryl.
Yeah. I see that. Doing great.
Yeah, this 36 machine, it is slicing and dicing through the field all the way up to the 8th position, getting around the 88 of Matthew Fleming. Let's go back out front, though. Harpoon Design Racing, number 1 machine, Steve Tucker, your race leader, holding off the Juicy Spider, number 20 of Chris Essery.
Steve's got a little bit of a gap. It looks like 0.4 right now. We'll have to keep an eye on that. This could be a very long run. We've already had our stage break, so this could be a long run, maybe, and we'll see who does best in the long run.
Yeah, we'll see, but we got the American Badass up to the 3rd position, Daryl. You know, if you want to change your pick, I'll let you.
No, I think I'm good.
All right, well, you're sticking with Dennis Ansman. He's still running in the 12th position. He led some laps early on. Well, he's been stuck in this dirty air here for a while. And here comes Keith Fallen all the way up to 12th.
Yeah, he's fast. He told us during that break his goal is just to pass a bunch of cars, and he's doing it so far. He's doing wonderful.
Absolutely, and the hard charger, Dylan Morante. Bubba Myers in the chat wanted us to take a look at this car. I believe that's another Bubba Myers Custom Designs paint scheme. Looks like it's adding some horsepower for Dylan Morante as he's trying to sneak up into the top 5. 94 laps left to go here as we look in the 5th position. Chad White out of Loudon, Tennessee with the Hutchinson Motorsports TV.com house car.
Yeah, that car is looking good for Mr. Chad White, number 28, P5. Man, look how shiny that is. Ooh. Oh, we got a yellow, Blake.
Trying to see what happened here. Oh, Christopher Reynolds, I think, involved. Oh, yeah, hard to the wall goes. Uh-oh, Christian Taylor as well. So let's take a look here, folks. Oh.
Yeah, we're going to see Christian Reynolds just go up a little too far, I think, up into Christian Taylor. We'll have to watch it again, but I think that's what happened, Blake.
Yeah, I think so as well. Let's take a look one more time here, folks. Off the corner, Taylor holds his line. Well, the 17 says, not so fast, you are junk. So that's going to be caution number 5, I believe, on the evening. There it is in the Cabinet Works 200. As always, we appreciate you folks tuning in. Steve Tucker is your race leader. We're going to take just a short break and play some ads for you folks that we've been working hard on, and we'll be right back.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
Todd Gilliland here. You're tuned into the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Make sure to like, subscribe, and join the Discord channel so you never miss a moment of the action. Did America's crew chief already tell you that?
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is the world's #1 streaming service. From over-the-top calls to electrifying action, we bring it all to the table.
The whole field's chunking it. It's a drag race to the checkered flag in the air. Justin Thompson wins the Harpoon Design 500.
But the action doesn't just stop when the stream ends. Whether you're looking for a broadcaster or looking to secure your spot in our next special event, the best way to get a hold of us, and the only way to enter our exclusive events, is to join the HMS TV Discord server.
Don't get left on the trailer. What are you waiting for? Join the Hutchinson Motorsports TV Discord community today by scanning the QR code shown on your screen. We'll see you there.
We are back here in Kentucky, and we have a little bit of a mix-up here, Darrell. Looks like most of the field going down pit road.
Yeah, it looks like only 8 cars or maybe 9 cars stayed out. The first car out of pit road is Dylan Morante, but he took gas only, and so did a couple of these other guys. It looks like the first car to get 4 tires in full service is Chris Essery in number 13. So this is an interesting mix-up we have.
Yeah, pulling up your top 20 here, so take a look. Most of these guys, so the top 8 did not pit there. Then you have Morante, took fuel only, 5 fuel only. And then Michael Lanphier, the first one with 4 tires. So there you have it, folks. There are your pit road stats as we take those away. Field is set. Now, Darrell, who would you rather be? Would you rather be Steve Tucker out front with the slightly older tires or Dylan Morante in the 9th position with 4 fresh?
Well, remember, Dylan Morante does not have 4 fresh. He took gas only,
right.
But I know what you're saying. I think with all these short runs and all the wrecks that we've had, I think it benefits the leaders who stayed out for sure.
I think so as well, but we're going to find out quickly. Again, Michael Lanphier, the first one with the fresh tires. We're going to see how he does as the pace car is in field, is set into the Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag in the air here in Kentucky. Going up to the Bubba Myers Custom Designs blend. Let's jump back here a bit as Jaden Woodward in the 9th position went down pit road there. I believe took fuel only. Hopping on board, he's got the 8 to his outside. That is Robert Hassong with Stealth Arms on the car. Pretty good looking machine there for the 8.
Like, I'm looking at Chad White up in P2, and it does not look like he's going to let Steve Tucker get away on this restart. He's been right there. He's tracking him down. I've been watching it.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes. We know Chad White's definitely got some speed a lot of times, but unfortunately, Darrell, a lot of the times when Chad's got a lead or something, he finds a way to throw races away, either speeding or just something crazy.
Nah, not Chad White. Not this race. Not tonight, Blake. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see here as Tyler Smith looking to the outside to take over the 2nd position from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Phoenix on the car, Tyler Smith into the 2nd position.
And look at your pick to win it, Blake. P3, Joseph Mealy, 39 car. He is right back up there.
Yeah, I mean, Joseph Mealy, I think he's the best car on the track right now. I mean, he's got to get through this dirty air, but Chad White better start shaking in his panties out front if that 39 of Mealy gets up there. $25 fans tuned in here watching the Wheels America Racing Cup Series Cabinet Works 200 here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. We are clean and green for now. 86 laps left to go here, Darrell. We got a side-by-side battle as Chad White looks like he's fallen ever since the restart.
He has fallen a little bit. Yeah, it looks like he's doing a little battle with Jesse Becker right now.
I told you not to count out Jesse Becker, Darrell. You know, he's up here in the 7th position. He looked like he was done for earlier. Well, right now he's got some speed.
Three wide action a little bit behind them for the P11 spot, it looks like. Kerwin Marshall, Chris Essery, looks like they got it sorted out. Nope, 3 wide again.
Kerwin Marshall not cutting any slack for Jesse Becker. He says, get the hell out of the way. HutchinsonMotorsportsTV.com sucks. Kerwin Marshall makes the pass. Chris Essery, though, finds himself back to the 11th position. Darrell, you know, that's unfortunate. You know, Essery was running in the top 3 earlier. Now he's got to deal with a lot of traffic.
Yeah, for sure. That's what dirty air and being in traffic will do to you. It's very hard to sometimes recover.
Tell you who's enjoying this clean air is Steve Tucker, putting down some solid lap times with 83 laps left to go here. We are in lap 53 with a Cabinet Works 200. In the chat, though, Connor Gerard says the weapon is definitely on a mission. He's talking about Kerwin Marshall. You know, he was known as the weapon last season. Well, this season he's kind of cleaned it up, Daryl. And here at Kentucky, he might actually have some speed.
Yeah, looking pretty sharp right now. P8, moving through the field.
Now, Daryl, rumor has he's
Right
on a controller here, and I think I can see he is. Down the straightaway, how the wheel just kind of stops dead in its tracks. I do think he's still on a controller.
Oh, we got a spinner. Nope. Oh, that was close, Blake. Man, Keith Fallen almost went completely sideways, but he recovered. Good job on him.
Well, right now, he's trying to hold off these guys. Keith Fallen finds himself falling back in the standings to the 17th position. You know, he started to get through the field that last run. Well, right now, he's struggling. Steve Tucker still out front, though, over half a second. You know, pretty well spaced out up front. Your first real battle looks to be for the 5th spot. Noah Rainwater in front of Chad White.
Yeah, looks like we're getting all sorts of single filed out, Blake. If this continues, we're going to see a long green flag run. That would not benefit those leaders that stayed out that last caution.
Yeah, those guys that at least got the fuel only, definitely going to help them out. But we look at some lap times here, Daryl. Looks like tire fall off, really not that significant. Only looking at about half a second here from the start of this run as we pull up the pit strategy board, race leaders. Oh, meatball for Marshall Harris. I think he kept his car running, Daryl. It just blew up.
Yeah.
There you have
for
it.
Marshall.
Yeah, there you have it. 25 laps ago, these race leaders went down pit road. So not sure how much longer they can make it. Probably another 30 laps or so at the most, I'd assume.
Yeah, that's what I was about ready to. That's what I was about ready to be curious about in NASCAR is how much total laps you can go in a full tank here at Kentucky. But I think you just showed the graph pretty perfectly.
Yeah, and again, not much tire fall off here early on in the run. We'll see how those tires elect to drop off here as we have 78 laps left to go. We got some side-by-side action here between Matthew Fleming in the 10th position, trying to hold off the American badass, Michael Lanphier.
Yeah, looks like Fleming is going to make that pass. Good on him. The only other side-by-side we have is Chris Reynolds, it looks like, making a pass or trying to make a pass on the inside pretty far back there. But other than that, we're just looking at a lot of single file, Blake.
Yeah, this is really your only battle on the track here. And the 3 of Ansman, your pick to win. Man, that poor guy, he was leading early on. The dirty air has just absolutely killed him, stuck in the back.
Yeah, I had a lot of high hopes for him, and you know the race isn't even half over yet, so it's still plenty of time, but so far, not very promising.
Struggling to get around this number 17 machine, Chris Reynolds, who's kind of all over the place, Daryl, not going to lie. Checking out the right rears. Oh, go ahead, Daryl.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'll watch this. There's a little bit of battle for P6 with Dylan Morante and Noah Rainwater, but it looks like they sorted out going back to single file. Go ahead, Blake.
Yeah, really not much else going on, boys. We are clean and green. Appreciate you tuning in to the channel, spending your Monday night right here with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Cabinet Works 200 here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. Be sure click that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel. Grab your smartphone or get on your PC. Head on over to Hutchinson Motorsports TV. .com, best website in the business. Steve Tucker continues to lead this one, though, Daryl.
He sure does. Best website in the business, best YouTube stream out there. You're just the best at everything, it looks like, Blake.
I know, it's crazy, Daryl. I mean,
like, Mr. Beast who? Like, what are we talking about here?
Never heard of her.
Right.
Now, Daryl, I mean, and I'm not going to lie, folks, a lot of people, they question my claims. And so I've done, hours upon hours of research and development. And I have confirmed numerous times, Daryl, that, I mean, those are just factual statements.
Yeah. I agree with you, actually. Oh, looks like we got Christopher Reynolds with the black flag really slow. Not sure what happened to him.
Here you go. Looks like he loses it, goes down the pits. You're speeding, sir. That's a black flag.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate for Christopher Reynolds.
Well, I said he was all over the place there, Daryl, and unfortunately comes back to bite him. So Steve Tucker still out front, still clean and green here in lap number 64. We're almost halfway done with this one.
Steve Tucker is still out front, but I tell you what, I'm looking at Tyler Smith. He's only a half second behind him. He's not letting Steve take off like he did that last stretch. He's right there, Tyler Smith is.
Right now, Joseph Mealy finds himself in the third position. How about Josh Larson, though? He started back in 12th. Last week, got a penalty to end the race. He's got some serious speed. He's passed 8 cars trying to sneak into the top 3.
Yeah, he's been doing good so far tonight. Like you just said, P4, running nice and clean. But the one guy I'm really keeping my eye on is the guy right behind him, Dylan Morante, up 19 spots from the beginning of the race. He did pit last caution, so he's on 13 laps of. He's got 13 more laps of gas than the top 4. And he's sitting here in P5, just doing really solid right now.
Yeah, we pull up this pit strategy board. Like you mentioned, 13 laps, fresher tires, more fuel. Again, now, Daryl, looking back, if you could choose right now, would you rather be Morante with the fresher tires in 5th or Tucker in 1st?
Well, like I said, if we kept getting a bunch of short runs, then it definitely benefits Steve and these guys. But now that we're on a long run and we haven't had a caution for, 21 laps? The benefit now is these guys that just pit 21 laps ago. Dylan Morante, I like his spot a lot better.
Yeah, and if you're Dylan Morante, there's really no reason to push it, as we got a black flag, Jaden Woodward black flag. We'll take a look at that here shortly, but no reason for Morante to push. He's really not racing those guys in front of him. He knows he's going to have to pit, or those guys in front of him are going to have to pit before he does, as Chris Essery is behind him. He last pit on the same lap as well.
Yeah, I'm getting word that Jaden Woodward just sped coming into the pits, and yeah, he did. He flew into pit road. Oof.
77, he checks up here a little bit, not enough. Enters pit road. Yeah, he's flying.
He's flying.
But we go back out front. Steve Tucker's lead is actually growing right now, still about 0.7 of a second. Smith in second, Mealy third, followed by Larson and Morante, your top 5.
Well, Steve's listened to the broadcast, so he hears us talking about Dylan Morante and about we like where he's sitting better with more gas in the tank, and that just ticks Steve off. So the more we talk about other guys being better spots, the faster he's going to drive, as we can see.
And you know what? I mean, Steve's out front, your race leader. Now, Daryl, part of me just wants to pull Steve in while he's racing. What do you think?
I don't think he'd quite mind. You think we should?
That's your call, Daryl. You know Steve more than I do.
Let's do it. I'll take full credit / blame for this. Let's pull him in. Steve Tucker, Daryl, and Blake in the booth while
Jesus
you're driving
Christ.
via the Cup.
Hi.
Steve,
How are
normally
you?
Wouldn't doing well, Steve. We normally wouldn't pull you in if you were like 2 wide, 3 wide, but you're sitting up front by yourself, got a little bit of a gap to P2. We figure we'd pull you in and just see how's the race going, and what's your strategy moving forward?
I mean, right now it's pretty good. I mean, moving forward, I can't move any more forward because I'm already in P1. So, but to end the race, I've got about 6.3 laps of fuel left, so we're going to have to pit here pretty soon under green, which kind of sucks. Hopefully a caution comes out here in the next 5 or so laps. That'd be great. But this race kind of feels a lot like last week at Nashville, so just going to try and stay out in front as much as possible, and a lot of guys burning up the right fronts. I can already see it, in the rear view. couple guys trying the high line, which doesn't really work as well. This is unfortunately a bottom feed kind of track, especially at night, and just the nature of the track itself. It's pretty flat in 3 and 4, so really have to back up the corner. But yeah, overall, trying to do our best and just trying to stay up front, I guess, for now.
Now, Steve, after you pit, how many laps can you go on a tank of gas?
I couldn't tell you. I think it's like 40-ish, give or take. So.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Well, hey, Daryl, you got anything else for our race leader here, Steve Tucker?
No, nothing else right now. We'll let you get back. I know you're going to be pitting soon, so we have you concentrate for that. And I know you're wishing for a caution, but Marshall Harris is not on the track, Steve, so I don't think it's going to happen. But good luck
I'm not
to
too
you.
shocked by that. He's probably drinking, or I don't know. Dad might have bought a new Jeep or something. I don't know. Who knows? But we'll see how it goes.
All right. Good luck.
Boy, Steve Tucker out front. Daryl, you know they can only go like 40-something laps on fuel, so we know everybody's going to have to pit another time. So even the guys that went down on that last caution, they're going to need to as well.
Yeah, they have gone 42 laps on this stint. That does include a caution. But yeah, 42 laps. Steve said a little bit ago he's got about 6 laps left in the tank. I think he's only probably got 3 now. So yeah, he should be pitting here in the next, I would say, 3 laps.
Yeah, going to be interesting for sure. So Tucker, he's hoping for that caution, but I kind of hope it just stays green. A green flag stint could really help spice things up because we know some guys are going to speed, some guys will short pit. We'll have all kinds of different strategies happening.
Yep, looks like Joshua Larson is going to be the first car down pit road getting service at this time, Blake.
I think I just heard it on the radio. The 21 of Tyler Smith going to head down pit road from the 2nd position as well.
Yes, sir. I just heard that. And I think that's going to cause Steve to definitely want to pit here soon, too. But a guy who does not have to pit, Dylan Morante. Not for another 13 laps or so, Blake.
Yeah, he's probably going to take over the race lead at least for a little bit. I'm looking at tire fall off here, Daryl. Looks like we're looking at about a second a lap on tire fall off at this moment. So every lap Steve stays out there, basically he's giving up a second to Tyler Smith after this pit strategy ends. So let's see how this plays out as Tyler Smith down pit road here. We have no black flags yet for speeding, but we still haven't had too many takers down pit road as Chad White and Kerwin Marshall and Noah Rainwater head down pit road.
Yeah, Robert Hersong also down pit road. Yeah, we're getting a lot of takers. This has to push Steve down pit road. Oh, I just heard he's pitting this time, Blake.
So Tucker's going to head in. Let's see if Joseph Mealy goes down pit road. He is on the – is he on the same strategy? Yes, he's pit on lap 31 with Steve Tucker. So let's see what he does here. Looks like he's going to do it as well.
Yep, he's coming in as well. That's good to have Dylan Morante and Chris Essery take over the race lead, Blake.
So Morante out front, Essery into the 2nd position. Again, these guys, they pit 13 laps after your race leaders. So you'll probably see them heading in here around, we'll call it, between 45 and 50 laps left to go.
I'm going to keep an eye on Steve Tucker since he was the leader. It looks like he just now pulled into his pit stall. And we have Dylan Morante just came out of 4, hitting the tri-oval, Blake, crossing the start-finish line. And right there, he is a lap down. So Steve's got to hope that this stays green and everything cycles back around. He's got to.
Now, Daryl, if you're one of these guys out front, I mean, yes, you can go another 12 laps or so, but why hurt yourself with those tires? If I'm one of these guys, I'm thinking of just pitting with this crew here, maybe spreading out your pit stints in half.
Yeah, I don't like it. There's still a lot of laps right now where, these guys can be trapped a lap down. If a caution comes out, and they still have to pit again. Like, this isn't the last stop of the race. They're still gonna have to pit again. So even though those guys will have fresher tires, whenever Dylan and Chris and them pit, they'll have the fresher tires later on. So I think it's gonna even itself out.
Well, the bad news, though, I don't think Morante, Essery, Fleming, and them can make it on fuel after they have to pit. So they basically have to pit 2 more times unless they get some caution help.
I am doing some quick math. It's possible they can make it on one stop. Like, it is possible. I think they have to make it to lap 90. I'm not sure if they can make it to lap 90, but if they can make it on one stop.
We'll have to wait and see. I mean, I don't know. That's 45 laps sounds like a lot. I mean, we didn't see any of your race leaders go 45 laps before their stints. As we pull up your pit strategy board, cannot go that far back here, folks. So we'll have to just wait a moment till some of these guys pit.
Well, if that's the case and everybody has to pit one more time after these leaders pit here soon, if everybody's got to pit one more time, then these guys will just have to take a quick little splash near the end of the race. I think we're getting a little too far ahead of ourselves. We're still on lap 82 out of 135. We're just assuming this is all going to stay green. We'll see what happens. Looks like Derek Fye, like you just showed Blake, in some service.
Yep, Derek Fye on pit road, and Michael Lanphier finds himself in the 10th position here. Let's see when these race leaders elect to go down pit road. Dylan Morante, though, your race leader from Northampton, Pennsylvania. We're going to take just a short break, folks. We're going Hutchinson Motorsports TV side by side. We'll be right back.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish. We are back here in Kentucky. Haven't missed anything out front. Still Dylan Morante, your race leader. Chris Essery right behind him. But Keith Fallon has worked back up to the 3rd position here, Darrell. Let's see if the 40 car can insert himself back in the race as Chris Melton heads down pit road.
Yeah, I was just about ready to say Christopher Melton just keyed up, said he's pitting for gas, tires. But yeah, Keith Fallon back up to P3. It's not like he's even really far back in P3. He's right there. And Dylan Morante is also coming down pit road this time by Blake.
I think that tells you right now, Darrell, these guys can't make it on fuel the rest of the way, even after pitting. So, unfortunate strategy for these guys. You know, they're going to have to pit another time when the rest of the field, well, actually, everybody's going to have to pit again anyway. So, I don't know. It's just still going to be interesting as Morante down pit road with Keith Fallon behind him, Dennis Ansman, Michael James, basically all these guys down pit road here.
Yeah, Landon Bednarz, Cody Keller, Lanphier, all getting service right now. This is music to the other guys' ears. Steve, Joseph Mealy.
I think Essery ran out of gas here. He's like putting around here. I feel like he ran out of gas that lap. I have no clue, though. Maybe not. Never mind. He's still going. He's just holding the clutch in. Hop on board
now, let's look at Dylan. Yeah, I was going to say, let's look at Dylan Morante compared to where Steve's at on the track.
Here we go, Darrell. We got somebody. He's been pulling this off here the whole run, I think. Chris Essery holding that clutch. And take a look at your new Hutchinson Motorsports TV telemetry board. Here you go. That time he did not hold the clutch in, but it looks like in the other corner he was. Okay, he's heading down pit road, so that's why. So Chris Essery able to make it a couple extra laps here. Let's see if that helps him out. 46 laps left to go. Essery down pit road.
But you talk about fresh tires, Blake. Steve, right at this moment, is coming out of turn 2 on the backstretch. Dylan Morante is just now in turns 1, turns 2, and coming out of turn 2. Steve has over an entire backstretch on Dylan Morante. That's how much these tires are important. But again, it's all going to cycle out. Now Dylan and these guys have the fresh tires, and Steve's been out there, and Joseph Mealy's been out there for 13 laps. So I think it might all even out. We'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, Morante right now finds himself 9.1 seconds behind Steve Tucker, so he's going to have to get to work here if this thing stays green. Everybody's still going to have to pit another time. The only one that might be close to maybe save enough fuel to have a shot to stay out, Chris Essery. So let's see if he goes to ultra fuel save mode. I don't think anybody else, though, can do it.
I think it's possible. We've seen guys go 43, 44 laps before they pit. And, yeah, right now we're looking at 43 to go. And how long has Chris Essery been out of the pits here? Looks like for about 1 lap. Yeah, I think Chris Essery can make it.
He's going to be close. He's definitely going to need to save a couple laps at least, though, and he's not holding the clutch there quite yet. But nonetheless, Steve Tucker still your race leader. Joseph Mealy second, 1.8 seconds behind. Third position, Tyler Smith. Then we have Josh Larson, Noah Rainwater rounding out your top 5. Well, Daryl, my phone is blowing up. Drunken Spider is just dying to get the drone out there. So let's take a look, see if we can get the Juicy Spider drone cam connected. We got connection here. It looks like he's taking a look now at Chad White in that Hutchinson Motorsports TV.com number 28 machine. Oh, look at that, Daryl. He's already showing the Hutchinson Motorsports TV Cup Series contingencies.
Look at that. That's gorgeous.
Oh, my. He's even got the windshield banner on. He's pumped up. He's ready to roll.
Love to see that.
Yeah, good looking number 28 machine for the 28. I'm sorry, for the Chad White in the 28 machine. Let's see what else we got going on through the field here. Daryl, as we pull up your HMS TV hard chargers. Dylan Morante is actually your hard charger. We know he's going to pass more cars with his fresh tires already.
Yeah, coming out of the pits, like you said, he was about 9.1, 9.2 seconds behind the leader. He's now 7.3. So he's not gaining in a crazy amount of time, but he gaining nonetheless, though. He's shortly climbing his way back up there.
For some reason, oh, hang on. Something just came in here, folks. Ark Crane just subscribed to Hutchinson Motorsports TV. W's in the jack. Congratulations, Ark Crane. You just made the best decision of your life. But as I was saying here, Daryl, for some reason, Drunken Spider just keeps blowing me up. He's dying to show us something. Let's take a look at what he's got. Okay, now it looks like for some reason he's looking at this 20 machine here of Chris Essery. You know why that is, Daryl?
I would say it's that logo on the back of that car.
He's dying to show us the Juicy Spider Studio. So head on over on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Juicy Spider Studio, spelled just like that. Get a hold of them, folks. They can help you out with any kind of 3D work, video stuff, graphics, everything. They do it all. Oh, no. You know what he's going to do, Daryl?
He's going inside the car, Blake. I can already tell.
Whoa!
Oh, my God.
Well, it's his own driver, so I guess he wrecks it. He doesn't really care. But, hey, nonetheless, that's a good-looking number 20 machine. Chris Essery, let's see if he can take that extra fuel he's got, take advantage of it. I don't know if he's got enough, though.
It's going to be very, very close. We'll have to check out later on, maybe with about 15 or 20 to go. We'll have to check out the telemetry on that 20 car and see how he's doing, if he's clutch or not.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep our eyes open. As we know for sure, the rest of the field's going to have to pit. Steve Tucker out front. You know, if you're Steve Tucker, you just kind of push the car as hard as it can go, try to get a big lead and hope for the best.
Yeah, for sure. He knows he can't make it, and most of the guys can't Maybe nobody can. We'll see. But definitely not him or any of these other leaders. So, yeah, exactly. Just push as hard as possible. And then the question becomes, when you go down and get your gas here in the next 20 laps or so, do you take gas only? A little bit of splash? Do you take rights? It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely not seeing a ton of tire fall off. 4 fresh tires after like 30 laps was, less than a second of fall off. So I think you take 2 tires at the most if you go down pit road here later on.
Oh, for sure. There's 4 tires out of the question. Yeah, wondering if we take 2 or not, though. Not sure. Well, that remains to be seen. That's also assuming that we're going to stay green, which it has stayed green for quite a while.
I guess it basically comes down to is that extra, 2 seconds on pit road getting tires worth it or not.
Yeah, I think we're looking a little too far ahead, but assuming that this stays green and assuming that Steve still has a 2-second lead over Joseph Mealy, I would say you go ahead and just take the 2 tires. You have a 2-second lead, you just go ahead and do it. But again, that's just me, not my call. But again, we still got another 19 laps or so before they figure it out.
And if you're Joseph Mealy, I think that means you got to try something different. So either just stay out there till the very end of the run, do a splash and go. Mealy going down pit road. He's trying something different here. Looking to be a splash and go, I bet.
Wow, you nailed it. Joseph Mealy trying something different. He heard you, Blake. He's like, all right, I'll do something different.
Yeah, I was, what I was about to say, I was going to say, you either stay out there till the very end and you're empty and splash and go, or you just go ahead and do it early. Kind of risky doing it early, though, Daryl, because if a caution comes out, you're kind of in trouble.
I think as long as he takes a splash here.
Ooh, he's getting rights.
He's getting right sides. Okay, let's see what else he does. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my, he's getting 4 tires. This is a terrible strategy. I'm not going to lie.
Whoa, wow.
4 tires, and he just pit, I mean, he pit the same lap as Tucker, a couple laps before Tucker. Tucker's been out there 26, well, I guess he's been out there like 30 laps, so I don't know. I still don't think he'd get 4. If he would have got 2 there, that could have been a good call, but we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, these guys maybe know something that we don't.
Quite possible. I don't know what that could be.
Josh Larson takes over the 2nd position here with Dylan Morante up to 3rd here. Daryl, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Joseph Mealy right now is crossing the start-finish line with his 4 fresh tires. Steve Tucker's going into turn 3. That's massive. So it's not like Joseph Mealy is going to be able to get his lap back before a potential caution. He's way back there. So, I'm just not sure about this.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a double-edged sword of a strategy for Mealy. If a caution comes out, you're screwed. And if it stays green, I mean, I still don't think you have enough to reel him in. So I don't know how this is going to work out for Joseph Mealy. He entered pit road in second. We'll see where he finishes now. Still a long way to go, though.
I mean, Joseph Mealy has to be thinking that the time it took to get those 4 tires, he could make up that time by having fresh tires right now on the track. He's got to be thinking that. There's no other reason to get 4 tires.
Yeah, and so his pit stop took 15 seconds, Daryl. I'm trying to look back at a two-tire pit stop. I think we were around the 12 or 13 second mark. So I don't know. There's 3 seconds over 30 laps. I don't know. Maybe it is possible to gain that back, but we know there's not a ton of fall off here.
I think that's a little too much for 2 tires. I think 2 tires, you're looking at about 9 seconds or so for 2 tires, about 9.5 seconds. So we're actually looking at probably about 5.5 seconds, 6 seconds tops for the extra 2 tires. And that's also under the assumption that you're comparing 2 to 4. Someone like Steve could just come down pit road and just take a quick little splash and be done. He could be in and out within 4 seconds. So
yeah, I mean, if you're Steve, I think you have to take enough fuel where you may as well get the 2 tires. Now, if you're Dylan Morante, though, with 13 laps more in the tank, I think a splash and go is definitely on the table.
And we're also not going to count out Chris Essery, we don't know if he can make it the rest of the way. Isn't he the one that we were talking about saving gas and possibly, yeah, Chris Essery in P6.
You'll be able to tell pretty quick here, is he holding the clutch or not? No, he's not there. I think he was doing it in turn 1, though. So let's stay on board here. We got the Hutchinson Motorsports TV telemetry with Chris Essery currently in the 6th position. If he's not clutching here, Daryl, I think he knows he's not making it. There it is.
He's clutching it. Yep, absolutely, he's clutching it.
Now, it's interesting, though, Daryl, that he's doing it in turn 1 but not doing it in turn 3. So maybe he just realized, you're carrying too much speed going into 3 for it to really do much.
Maybe he doesn't realize. Maybe he doesn't have to clutch it every corner. Maybe he has done the math and, hey, I only have to clutch it 1 corner every lap and I'm good. We'll see.
I mean, Chris Essery is known as a mathematician, so I don't know. Maybe he knows exactly what he needs to save.
Blake, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to make a prediction right now. I think he makes it. I'm looking at the numbers. There's 24 laps to go in this race. He's been out for 20 laps. That puts you at 44 laps. We've seen guys without clutching go 43 laps. I think Chris Essery can make it the rest of the way.
Definitely possible. I'm looking at the Hutchinson Motorsports TV pit strategy board here. Steve Tucker went 46 laps earlier, but there were a caution or 2 thrown in there, so you got to remember that. But if he clutches around here, I certainly think he's got a good shot. And if anybody's going to make it, it's going to be Chris Essery, who stayed out there 2 laps longer than Dylan Morante.
And you are right, Blake. The 43 or 44 laps I'm referring to was having a caution thrown in there. It looks like Josh Larson coming down for service, Blake.
Yeah, so Larson, let's see what he does. He'll go down pit road. Does he take 2 tires? Just 23 laps left to go. I think you're crazy to take 4 this close. Take a look here. Josh Larson out of Springfield, Missouri, going to head into his pit stall. You're going to see the right sides go up for sure, in my opinion. But do the lefts go after it?
I'm going to guess no.
Well, he's blinking. There we go. Okay, and nope. 2 only.
Two tires. Okay.
Good call there, I think, for Josh Larson. I mean, that's your best bet at this point. I think up until about, I don't know, if there's like 12 or 13 laps left and you got to pit, maybe splash and go. But Michael James with a meatball.
Yeah, he was just sent to the pits, unfortunately, due to a connection issue is what I'm seeing, Blake. Unfortunate for him, and he just rage quit after that. He left.
Yep, he is done for the night here as Steve Tucker, your race leader, out front by 6 seconds here. Dylan Morante in second. We're going to hop on board, see if he's trying to save fuel, but I don't really see him being able to make it here, Daryl. Staying on board here out of turn 4. Going to head into turn 1. This is where we know the 20 machine of Essery is holding the clutch in. Does Morante do the same? Answer is no. And, yeah, there's no way he can make it anyway, so I don't blame him. So, again, for one more time, we're going to bring up your pit strategy board. As you see, Essery pit 25 laps ago, Morante 27. I think those 2 laps are going to be the difference on fuel.
Yeah, and Chris Essery also has a lot of wiggle room as far as saving gas. It's not like Chris Essery is 20-something seconds back from the leader, like 25 seconds back, to where, even if the leaders do pit, that he's still maybe in trouble. Like, he's right there. He's only 9 seconds back. He has plenty of room to even save more if he needs to, fall back another few seconds, and if everybody else has to pit, then he still wins this race. Absolutely. I like where Chris Essery's position is right now.
Absolutely, and again, I mean, he needs to just go all 100% fuel consumption mode, because if he, like you said, if he makes it, I mean, nobody's got anything for him. He is right there with him, sitting pretty good here. But Steve Tucker, when is he going to take the hard left down pit road as he last pit 40 laps ago. Chad White down pit road from the 4th position. So let's see what Chad elects to do. 17 laps left. I think you're right around the window where 2 tires or none are acceptable. What do you think, Daryl?
I think so, but I'm getting some word Steve Tucker is pitting this time by from the race lead. Here he comes down pit road, Blake.
Tucker down pit road here. Let's see what he elects to do as Chad White stops in his stall. You're going to see right sides are up here. Dylan Morante takes over the race lead on the pit strategy, and Chad White out of his box. Here's Steve Tucker going into his stall. Now, what do you guess Steve's doing, Daryl? You know him better than most.
He's either going to take gas only or 2. He might even take gas only. I'm not sure. Let's see here.
Oh.
No, he's going to take right sides. Okay. No chance he takes lefts, right? Nope.
Out of the stall there.
Stop.
2 tires for basically everybody down pit road here for now, but Dylan Morante can make it another 10 to 12 laps here. Don't think he's going to be able to make it to the end, and I think at that point you're definitely going to see a gas and go stop for Morante. But for now, Chris Esri finds himself 3 seconds back behind your race leaders. We hop on board with our second place car. Still holding the clutch there, going into, well, there, that time, Daryl, he did it going into turns 3 and 4. He knows it's all about saving fuel. Nothing else matters.
Well, if he's clutching every corner, that could be a worrisome sign that he may not be able to make it the rest of the way. I'm not sure. That's a little, now I'm a little worried for him. We'll see.
And if you notice, he's also staying in 5th gear. Before he was shifting down to 4th. So again, you know, all that really matters to Chris Esri is saving that fuel. It's going to be interesting for sure, though, because we know he is right on the cut line. He might run out on the last lap, might make it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be the one to watch the rest of this race to see if he can make it. I mean, this is about winning the race or not winning the race right here.
So right now, Daryl, looks like your top 7 all last pit on lap 88 or later. So the majority of them pit on lap 88. Matthew Fleming pit on lap 89 and Chris Esri on lap 90. So there you have it. If anybody else might be able to make it, maybe Matthew Fleming. Let's hop on board with him, see what he's doing. Staying in 5th gear as he heads towards turn 1. Listen in. Uh-oh. Holding that clutch in as well, Daryl. So we might have 2 of them that may be able to make it. But Fleming, again, pit a lap earlier than Esri. So going to be interesting for sure. Is Morante down pit road.
Yeah, I was just about to say Dylan Morante down pit road. Steve Tucker just passed him to get his lap back about 2 laps ago. And I think that just, in Dylan's mind, it's like, okay, I got to pit now. I'm wasting too much time on track. I know I have to pit anyway. I'm just going to come down now. Looks like 2 tires for Dylan Morante.
2 tires there for Morante. Now the only question, Chris Esri, the only chance he's got is if he's got enough fuel in the tank. He is in 100% conservation mode. Matthew Fleming in 4th position doing the same.
Yeah, Matthew Fleming, he's not clutching actually. He's shutting the car off in the corners, which is exactly what I would be doing, Blake.
Well, maybe that's what Esri's doing too. I haven't really been paying attention. All I know is the RPMs definitely go down going into the corners for him. Right now we got 9 cars on the lead lap. 10 laps left to go. You're watching the Cabinet Works 200 with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series here at Kentucky Motor Speedway. Now, Daryl, how confident on a scale of 0 to 10 that Chris Esri can make it on fuel?
He is definitely clutching more in the corners now. I'm noticing He was only clutching for about maybe a full 2 seconds in the corner. Now he's clutching for at least 3.5 seconds in the corner, if not 4 seconds. It makes me a little worried that he thinks he's not going to be able to make it. I'm not sure. If I was a betting man, though, I think he does make it.
Well, it makes you think, if he would have done this the entire run right after he came out of the pits, he was clutching in turns 1 and 2, every time, but he wasn't doing 3 and 4 earlier in the run. So maybe that's going to be the difference.
Yeah, and you look back, Blake, Keith Fallon in P2, he's almost 7 seconds back. He's got 2 laps less gas. Dennis Hansman, also 2 laps less gas than the leader, 9.7 seconds back, almost 10 seconds back. So Chris Hessery has plenty of wiggle room to be able to keep saving. Steve, the guy that we know that can make it the rest of the way because he had to pit, he's 22 seconds back in P7. So with only 15 laps or with only 5 laps to go, Esri can really just coast here and save as much gas as he needs to.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. If I'm Chris Esri, I'm grabbing the draft as much as I can down the straightaway. Any of these cars passing me, I'm shutting the car off, doing everything I can. I'm probably just going to run the bottom here and get the shortest way around the track.
He is telling everybody that gets anywhere close to him, go around, go the inside, get around me. I don't want you anywhere near me. I'm in my own little world here. You guys go for it.
It is certainly going to be interesting. Chris Esri, again, your race leader, 5 laps left to go, 4.5 actually, heading into turn 3. Does he have enough in the tank? As right now, your top 5 all last pit on lap 88 to 90.
Let's assume Chris Esri can make it. The next question, can Keith Fallon make it? Can Dennis Hansman make it?
My opinion, not a chance. Either of those two. Maybe Fleming, who pit on lap 89, but those other two, I don't think they've been, conserving this whole run.
They're still clutching like they can make it, Blake. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll certainly wait and see, because if they can make it, then Esri will have enough fuel to do a burnout after he wins this race, Daryl. 3 laps left to go this time around. Well, he's putting around here, Daryl. He's holding on to that pretty big race lead. Keith Fallon is dropping like a rock on the timing and scoring. He's trying to save some fuel, but 2.5 laps left here. Does Esri have enough to steal the win from Steve Tucker, who dominated the back half of this race?
We're going to find out in just 2 more laps, but I definitely think he can make it, Blake. I don't see any chance where he doesn't make it at this point.
I agree with you again. He got 2 laps more than his competitors around him, so kind of worried about those others, but nonetheless, going to be 2 laps left to go. We're going to get the white flag this next time around if nobody junks it.
Yeah, that'd be the last thing that Chris Esri would need as a caution right now, but all he's got to do is just make it around here. He's coming out of 4. He's going to take the white flag and take it the rest of the way, Blake.
White flag in the air. Chris Esri going to pull a Joey Logano, steal it on strategy through turns 1 and 2 onto the backstretch for the final time with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series Cabinet Works 200. Chris Esri through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Looking good. Nobody in front of him to hinder that 20 machine. Checkered flag in the air. Chris Esri wins the Cabinet Works 200 here at Kentucky. Wow, and Fallon actually ends up finishing, Daryl. Wow, so I think Esri has probably a couple laps left in the tank at least.
Yeah, so your top 3 are locked in. Chris Esri, Keith Fallon, Dennis Hansman. That's your 1, 2, 3. Matthew Fleming, P4. Looks like Landon Bednar's just crossed, P5, and Steve Tucker looks like finished in P6.
Well, Daryl, unfortunately, we just lost a 2.5-hour view later on. Steve Tucker is definitely not watching this race now.
No way. Absolutely not. But we called it that he wasn't going to win this race, but Yeah, you're gonna have to get, but luckily you're already the #1 streaming service on the entire internet, so you don't have to worry about that one person not watching, I guess,
Oh,
right, Blake?
absolutely. Absolutely. But man, Chris Essery, what a job by him. You know, he ran the math in his head. He was crunching the numbers all night long. He had these guys eating out of his hands. Chris Essery wins here in Kentucky. And Daryl, we're going to take a quick break, gather our top 3 finishers, and have some race interviews, folks. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back. We are back here in Kentucky with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Chris Chavez Essery takes home the win in that Juicy Spider number 20 machine. Daryl, I think we got some top 3 guys to interview.
Yeah, let's pull in P3 Dennis Ansman first and give him a talk to. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Hey, Dennis, it's Daryl and Blake in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys. How you doing up here?
Oh, doing well, sir. Dennis, looks like you finished P3, a podium finish for you. Good job. You were my pick to win this race. And even though you didn't win, P3 is still wonderful. Talk to me about your night.
Well, first off, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Every race I seem to do an Austin Dillon impression of myself here. Somehow getting loose, almost wrecking the field. Seems like that's been my go-to so far this season. But be able to rebound from that and finish P3 is really good. Right there after that stage break, and then we had that caution. Looking at it is like, man, I could pit here, get out there, run it all the way empty, come down pit road, and possibly stretch it out. It was going to be a long shot, but thankfully, with a lot of play with the clutch throughout that last run there, ran out just as soon as I crossed the start-finish line. So,
wow.
All in all, that strategy to pay off here, finish podium spot here tonight. Good rebound. All in all, good night.
Yeah, I was just about ready to ask how much gas you had left finishing the race, but it looks like you just answered that for us. Right as you cross the start-finish line, that's perfect timing. Blake, you got anything for Dennis?
Absolutely. I mean, Dennis, you had speed early on and you led some laps. You kind of got a little loose there and you dropped all the way back to the middle of the pack and you were just kind of stuck there for a while. But thankfully, this strategy pays off for you, put you on the podium here in the Cabinet Works 200 at Kentucky.
Yeah, good rebound. Thankfully, I don't have to go and apologize to people. I did apologize there. That one caution there, got a little error loose, Kerwin there. But other than that, all in all, good night, clean night, and glad to bring this in a podium and ultimately without using a fast repair. So that's all in all, good night.
Yeah, definitely a win for you here, Dennis. But before you head out, you got any shout outs or anything for all our fans watching at home?
Give a shout out to you guys coming out here each and every Monday night, doing a fantastic broadcast. Thank you guys very much for doing that. A lot of hard work there. Big shout out to the sponsor, Cabinet Works Group, for sponsoring tonight's race. Not one of the largest privately owned manufacturing and distributor of kitchen and bath cabinetry in the United States. We have just a little over 6,000 employees full time, and we have brands such as Craft Made, Quality Cabinets, Merilot, Yorktown, Medallion, Key Brands, like that. So if you're ever at Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, anything like that, and you're looking for a kitchen, go ahead and take a look at those guys. A lot of dedicated, hardworking employees there. So thank you for them coming on board, and thank you for letting coming out here, putting on the lead for everybody to come out here on a Monday night to relax for a couple hours and just enjoy a little hobby here that we have here on iRacing.
Absolutely. Well said, Dennis. Appreciate all of our sponsors and supporters that help make this happen. But again, congratulations putting it on the podium here in Kentucky tonight with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series.
All right, thank you, guys. Have a good night.
All right, Blake, I think we're ready to bring in our P2 finisher, Keith Fallen. Hey, Keith, it's Daryl and Blake in the booth. For the second time for you in the booth tonight. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Keith, we talked to you at the stage break, and looks like you finished P2 here. Almost got the job done. Tell us about your night, and tell us about the fuel strategy at the end of the race.
Well, with that speeding penalty, it put me out in the back, and I was making my way through traffic pretty decent, I thought, but it was shredding my right front in traffic. So we had that last caution, and I think I decided to dip down and get tires, or I can't exactly remember. There was a caution where I got tires. And luckily, that kind of put me on the strategy of saving fuel. I knew it was going to be close before the last stop I had. And as soon as I came out, I was literally pushing in the clutch and going 90% down the straights on my throttle, trying to save as much fuel as I can. And I don't think I've ever saved that much fuel in a race before.
Yeah, Keith, it was an impressive job there. I mean, I didn't realize you could save so much fuel here. I thought for sure you and Dennis Ansman there would probably run out, but I was certainly wrong. You guys definitely did a masterclass job. I guess we'll call it a Joey Logano type job of saving that fuel here in Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, he was catching me towards the end. I noticed he caught me by like a second or two, and he was actually getting pretty close to me, so I kind of stepped up the pace a little bit. And then the fuel mileage went down, so I had to back down again. I actually ran out going into 3 and 4 on the hot lap. Yeah, I can't thank, my dad. I'm sure he was in the booth or in the chat talking to y'all. I went ahead and told him I sucked because I got that speeding penalty. But thanks to him, he's taught me a lot about racing growing up, especially having me around dirt track racing and all kinds of stuff. And this paint scheme's kind of a tribute to him and a car that he designed and was on the crew of. And then I want to thank my wife too for putting up with me.
Well, hey, well said there, Keith. You put it on the podium here with the Hollywood Performance Racing number 40 machine. You got any shout outs though, or anything to add for our fans at home before you head out?
Thank you for the admins for adding me. This was my first race and it was a lot of fun. Don't really like getting second by saving fuel. I'd rather get it by going faster than everybody else, but it is what it is. That's racing, and a huge shout out to y'all. I watched a couple of your broadcasts, and you put on a really, really good broadcast. So I'm definitely happy to be a part of it today.
Well, hey, we certainly appreciate that. And again, congratulations, Keith. I mean, hey, you take home the P2 finish, but you do leave with, I believe, the most points of the evening after winning stage 1.
That sounds good to me. I need it.
Well, hey, congratulations again, Keith, putting it in the second position here with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series Cabinet Works 200 at Kentucky.
All right, appreciate it.
Blake, I think it's time to bring in the winner, Chris Chavez Esri. Chris, Daryl, and Blake in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys.
Chris, well, good job. You got it done. The winner tonight at Kentucky. Just, again, great job. And just tell us about mainly how the whole night went for you, but specifically the fuel strategy at the end of the race.
Man, well, first off, if you got JS Studios on your car, you got about 5 more gallons of fuel. I'll tell you that.
Oh.
So it was just great. We were sitting pretty the whole race. Dirty air was rough. When we were running up front, we were stuck behind Steve, and he's so smooth, so he's not going to make much mistakes. And trying to get out of the dirty air early, when that caution came out late after the stage, I thought, hey, you know what? I might be able to make it one stop if it goes green. Didn't think it was going to, but locked in, never strayed away from the plan, and it worked out perfectly.
Well, yeah, Chris, I mean, you did a masterful job there saving fuel, and you brought up a good point there. I mean, Juicy Spider Studios known for those cheater fuel cells, huh?
Yes, sir. We got about they upgraded the next gen with 750 horsepower. I got about 1050 horsepower because I got JS Studios on the car.
Well, hey, you did a great job out there. I mean, you had some speed. I mean, obviously you win this race on strategy, but I mean, you were running top 5 all night long as well. So you get the job done here in Kentucky, and just a great job tonight. But before you head out, got any shout outs or anything to add for all our fans watching?
Yes, sir. Of course, got to shout out JS Studios for being on the car, giving me the fast car with extra fuel. Couldn't have done it without them. Shout out to the guys at RSR for practicing with me all week. Shout out to Brian Brachet. He was up in the spotters booth for me tonight. And shout out to Hutchinson Motorsports broadcast for the greatest broadcast on iRacing.
Well, I appreciate that, Chris. Hey, great job, though, getting it done. Daryl, got any final words for our race winner here tonight, Chris Essery?
No, nothing except for I hope the car passes post race. They listen to these broadcasts, Chris, and so just be a little careful, okay? But we'll try to keep it a secret. But the #1 streaming service on the internet, Hutchinson Motorsports, the word's gonna get around that you cheated.
It's all right. We got deep pockets over here at JS Studios. We'll be all right.
Okay.
Well, hey, congratulations.
Good job to you.
Yeah, getting it done here in the Cabinet Works 200 with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Chris Essery, your winner.
Thank you, guys.
Well, there you have it, Daryl. This one is in the books. It was all about fuel saving, fuel strategy. I mean, I didn't really have that on my bingo card to have Kentucky Motor Speedway as a fuel race, but here we are. Chris Essery gets it done.
Yes, he does. It was it had a lot of wrecks at the beginning of the race, a lot of cautions, but then it kind of smoothed out, and we had a lot of green flag run, and it was fun to watch.
Absolutely. But, folks, before you head out, click that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Head on over to HutchinsonMotorsportsTV.com, the best website on the internet. Confirmed fact there. And in the chat, Bubba Myers Custom Designs, he wants to point out, the first and second place finishers were both Bubba Myers paints. So maybe he's onto something about that horsepower stuff. But hey, nonetheless, folks, appreciate you joining us here tonight, spending your Monday night with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Tomorrow night, Jesse Becker going to be on the call with the Stars and Stripes Racing League, and we'll be back Wednesday with GLSR, Thursday with the Average Joe Sim Racing League. And folks, check out the Hutchinson Motorsports TV Cup Series. We're starting up here May 1st. You can get some information on the website. But Daryl, you got anything else here tonight?
Nothing really, Blake. It was another fun one. And look at the schedule, Blake. Where are we at next week? Because I want to make sure I don't have a plane mishap for next week. Where are we heading off to? We're going to Texas, Blake. Right. We're going to Texas.
Dude,
all right. Well,
pumped for that.
Kentucky to Texas. I'll make sure to have a layover at LaGuardia in New York for that one, probably.
Yeah. Well, so do you plan on spending the whole week here, or what?
Oh, no, I hate Kentucky. No, I'm kidding about that. I'm going to get to Texas as fast as possible.
Absolutely. But again, here at Kentucky Motor Speedway with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series tonight, that's going to round things out for us here. Daryl, appreciate you joining us here tonight.
Yeah, appreciate you.
All right, folks. Again, thanks for tuning in. We will see you back here, same time, same place next week.